All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of From the Front Porch. I am your host, Joshua Walker. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Could not be more excited for this week. It is finally happening. I got Nash. I got Alex. We're finally going to have our little battle of the hot takes. Hopefully, we got some spicy stuff coming up. Other than that, we're going to be talking about how it's just a good time for sports right now. It's a good time for the boys who enjoy sports. We got the NBA Finals. We got the Stanley Cup Finals. All kinds of sports in my life, all kinds of sports going on in the professional world. It's just a great time. You know, we're like 70 days away from college football starting, so we're just in a good time right now. We're also going to get into some cultural stuff, some problems I'm seeing in the culture, and we're going to solve all the problems today, all just the three of us. Then we're going to get into hot takes, like I said. Then we're going to get into attitude and gratitude. And then for the tier list this week, you know, I said it's a great time for the boys. It's a great time for sports. It's a great time if you're an athlete. And so what we're going to debate is our tier list for the top three coldest, cleanest professional sports uniforms of all time. It's going to be a good one. All that and more coming up from the front porch.
Big shits and small shits, and no shits like rich shits. Woo!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of From the Front Porch. And finally, we have both boys at the same time. Nash, Alex, how are we doing, boys? I'm so stoked for this.
Yep.
I'm great. I'm doing great.
Yeah, wow, that was great. So, Alex, all right, what is one thing you did today, Alex?
Today I went to Sam's Club. I haven't gone to Sam's Club in a couple months, so I went to Sam's Club, and that was
Get
nice.
a little appetizer? A little appy?
No, I got a free knife. They were giving out knives, so...
What? That's a hell of a little
I got a
sample.
free
What the
knife,
hell?
Yeah. You had to
I
watch
love
this
Oklahoma.
presentation. That was like 15 minutes long, but
Hey,
Not
free
worth it.
knife.
I had time.
Free steal. Hell
Nothing
yeah.
but time. Nash, I know you did some yard work, brother.
Oh, you know, the usual every second Sunday we're out there mowing.
And it
Got
just
up.
felt good.
Oh, felt great. Got up, went to church, got back home, had some lunch, and then went outside, mowed, weeded, pulled some weeds, and started working on a piece of furniture that we're kind of flipping for ourselves. And now I'm here.
Hell yeah. I went up to Charleston today, went up to the beach, and
Ooh.
just had a nice relaxing beach day, so that was really nice.
Nice.
That was
good.
I mean, driving 2 hours there, 2 hours back, that was basically all I did today, so.
You got
but-
the beach in there, though.
Before we get started, and this is sincere, Alex, I promise, give a little moment of silence to the boy Beerus, Alex's cat.
Rest in peace.
I hate cats, but Beerus was the goodest boy. And so, moment of silence for Beerus. All right. Just
Yep.
R.I.P. Beerus.
Hey, he's going to appreciate that.
I know.
Hey, I will say, I get the name, Alex. That's a sick name.
Yeah. After
That's a
Dragon
sick
Ball
name.
Z. Yeah.
Yep, dude. I got you. That's dope.
When was... All right, I'll try to find it later. See if I can put it up there. Probably not, but a little picture of me and Beerus, a little snuggle bug. But all right, boys. So in sports this week, at this time, we've got a lot going on. We've got the NBA Finals. I know Alex is super stoked for that. That game one was insane. Stanley Cup Finals, game one was last night, and I watched that. Florida won 3-0. That's what I'm talking about. I also, just this last week, I had rugby practice on Tuesday. I had flag football practice on Wednesday. I played a basketball tournament sort of thing with my shop on Thursday. And then I got Jade for her birthday a street hockey stuff. So she got a stick and balls and goal and everything. So we've been out Friday and Saturday teaching her how to play hockey. So it's been a really great week for sports.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
That's awesome.
I saw the video
Yeah.
of her. Look, it was so cute.
Dude. And that was from Friday on Saturday, you know, because obviously she's learning. She's smacking that thing. She is
Dang.
an absolute. She's going to be good. But
It's in her
yeah,
genes,
so
dude.
like I said, yeah, that's what Cassie said. She's like, she didn't get any of this from me, but Josh has got enough for both of them. So Um, yeah, and it's just such a good time. Like even like the NFL is sort of in the like the not off season, like OTAs, training camp, that kind of stuff's getting started up. The UFL is in their like conference championship, so Birmingham is going to the championship game, and then the other game, I think, is today. It's just a great time to be a sports fan. It's like there's so much going on. I feel like every single day there's something. Like I'm having to turn off other games to watch different games. Like it's a great time, and I couldn't be more appreciative. But yeah, Boston game 1. Boston absolutely smoked Dallas. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, what's the dude's name? Alex Poplapovich or whatever his name is.
Porzingis?
Porzingis, yeah.
Your steps.
Absolute.
He went
What an
nuclear.
absolute Chad. Yeah, it was crazy because like even Cassie watched it with me and she was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Porzingis." That's they just kept saying his name. I don't know. But like it was impressive, and it was like one of those games that you watch and you're like, "Wow, like this is why people love basketball," and like why I've sort of been refinding my love for basketball because I'm just like, this is great. This is exactly everything I think there was a period of time where I don't think there was that kind of stuff in basketball, so it's a good time. And then
Yeah, it's nice to see when somebody comes back from an injury too. He's been injured and out the last two series, and then come back and play. I didn't even know he was going to play, so it was good to watch.
But game 2 starts in 7 minutes. I know Alex is an absolute king for being on here while his team's starting game 2, so we'll get out of here as soon as we can, I'm sure. But that was all I really wanted to hit on in sports. Just it's such a great time. I'm stoked, man. The vibes are high.
You know what? You're dedicating yourself. It seems like you're trying to focus more on basketball because it's like the only thing that I do. I actually have in my notes for sports. I wanted to let you know that I'm gonna do I feel like my household this year is gonna watch a lot more football than I have in like the last 5 years. So
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah,
be probably glued to the screen every Sunday.
Hey, anytime we can talk ball, man, I'm stoked for it. Especially like if you watch it, so I can be like, oh, that play and this play and this thing that happened. Yeah. So, and Nash, for you, man, I haven't been this excited for college football actually in like a long time. I don't know what the vibe is. I don't know what's in the air, but I'm just like, I've seen about 15 of those SEC edits with the Delta Dawn song behind it, and I'm just like, all right, let's go, let's get this thing rolling.
Dude, I think the big thing too is like, especially with like this year, because they're releasing College Football 25. Like I think so many people are like, oh, I remember playing NCAA 14 and it was like so fun, and you got to play it while the season was going on and being like, oh, like my team's doing this, like, oh, like we're playing them next week, and like it's so much. You get to kind of like the what's the word, vicariously live through your game. Yeah. And now like with it coming back out, you get to do that again, and I think that's one thing that people are so excited about. And it's like, oh, dude, I'm so excited.
Boys, we trying to start a like online franchise mode? Like,
I want to see you two go at it. I want to see you two play 1-on-1.
That's the thing about NCAA, or it's not NCAA, like College Football 25. It's 24. It's only on PlayStation 5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Dude, I was very upset because I was like, I'm gonna get it day one, but apparently their PlayStation like bought the rights to the game, and it's gonna be like a PS5 exclusive.
Don't be a lying bitch to me. I could buy it right now.
Fake.
It's at GameStop.
No,
it's AI. It's AI.
Hold up. Unless something's changed.
You're the one listening to fake news, brother.
Hold up. Okay, wait. Well, hold up. No, they changed it. It was PS5. I swear it was.
Either way, all right. So now that I'm right, I'm permanently vindicated. Franchise mode. What are we doing?
Dude, I'm so down. That'd be sick.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll update the podcast with what's going on with me being undefeated and shit.
Yeah, right.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, Alex has seen me play Madden, man. Absolutely.
That was fun. That was a fun game.
Hey,
was a good time.
Hey, I'll say this. Madden, I don't know how this gameplay is going to be on this one, but Madden and NCAA, completely different games.
That's true. like totally different like offenses and skill sets and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, but
we'll
I
see.
hope they don't do that with this college football and turn it into just a Madden with college teams. I really hope they don't do that.
I just don't trust EA to not make it's basically going to be a Madden skin, but like college football. But
Yeah,
first play of the game, read option. We'll see.
take it to the house.
All right, moving on. There's something I just wanted to talk about. It's like sort of political, sort of cultural, sort of whatever, but it's been bothering the hell out of me. And I know probably both of you will appreciate this, but our young people, and I know, Nash, you're the youngest one here, but I don't include you in this, but like they're so childlike. Like our young adults are not becoming adults. They're like and so I put it in the group chat or when I texted you guys, we were talking about they're like permanently 12. Like I don't know what's going on, but like I get new people into my job and stuff, and it's like, hey, you guys want to go grab a beer? You want to go to the brewery? You want to go to the cigar lounge, whatever? And they're just like, no, beer's yucky. No, like smoking is bad. And it's like, I don't know how to like talk to people that like aren't adults. So it's like I don't know what to do. And I mean, none of them want to leave their house. They all want to like just stay inside and play video games for 12 hours a day. Like
I can tell you one of the reasons you're getting that. Well, one, they're
career
young,
field.
and that's the big thing is you work in
Cyber.
IT. You're gonna
Cyber
get the
career field.
freaking the goods.
I'll tell you this: it's like that across the board. As someone who works in maintenance, it's like that across the board. Maybe not as bad, but we have just the same amount that come in, and I'm like, you know what you're here to do, right? And I look at them, and I'm like, you're not gonna do well. Like, I can tell just from looking at you, you're not gonna do well. Like,
You're not going to make it, but it's not looking good for you.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Dude, and it's also, I mean, even like, cause we're all veterans. And so we like, you ask people why they're here serving, and none of them almost nobody anymore is like, I want to serve my country. I want to like defend my people. It's all like, I came for college. And then you're like, well, like they could deploy you and you could go have to like shoot people or whatever, and they're like, oh, no, I would just go to jail. Like, I'm not doing that. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I just feel like everybody I talk to is like, every young person is just like autistic. Like, I don't know if the autism is spreading or what's going on, but
it's spreading.
We're starting to get the YouTube short kids in the military now.
That's for sure.
YouTube short kids. Oh, that's good.
They don't want to drink beer, but I bet if I went up and I was like, you Whittaway wouldn't even understand what I did this weekend. They'd be like, oh, Whittaway? Tell me why now.
Literally, I'm on surveillance, and literally, I'm in the Air Force.
That should be quacking, yo. Yeah, it's a wild time. And it's like, even today at the beach, obviously tons of young people out and about. It's just like, I just watch. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, why did you do that? I feel like I say that a lot. Why did you just do that?
Why are you moving like that?
Why are you the way that you are?
Like, they'll have like the T-Rex arms and they're like walking and you're just like, what are you doing? And actually something, another, like, along with the drinking beer stuff, ask any like 21, 22 maybe and younger to talk to a girl. And they're like, oh, no way, I can't do that. And it's just like, what do you mean? Like, just, I know every generation is like, they've been scared to approach women or whatever, but then you get over it. But these guys don't get over it. They're like, no, I'm just going to be single forever. It's fine. It's like, what are you doing?
Why are you using that voice?
Because that's how they all talk. They're all like,
I was going to say, that's a stand. You say that voice, and that's what follows. That personality and everything follows. You're like, it's that guy.
Oh, beer is yucky, dude. I would never drink beer.
Beer is yucky.
This is separate. I know not everybody's into sports, so this was sort of a separate point. But like, trying to get people I work with to join like my work flag football team is like, oh yeah, I don't know. Like, I've never played football before, and I'm scared about. And it's just like, aren't you a man? Like, don't you want to play ball? Like, I don't understand what. And again, I know football's not everything, but like, I was trying to get like the softball team together. They didn't want to do that. Trying to get a basketball games going, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't know. And it's like, you don't have that like urge to just like play ball. Like, you don't want to just like do that. I don't.
I bet that's from because there's like 7, 8, 10 years that separates us and like newer, younger
Yeah.
people joining the military. They had we had technology for sure. We weren't freaking
Yeah.
rocking stones together or anything like that. But I feel like we were like limited to the point where we do something for maybe a couple hours and then we get bored and then
Yeah.
we're out of technology kind of in a sense. And then we went outside. Nowadays, or when they were growing up, they had endless options of what they could do, and it was all just inside.
That's what I was like. I was talking to somebody about joining the team, and somebody else was like, "Isn't that like immature to like play football still? You're like a grown man wanting to play football." I was like, "You sit at home watching TikToks all night long, and that's like a grown thing to do."
Ask
And
that
they're
same
like,
person their favorite anime.
They'll have an
God,
answer.
dude.
They'll have an answer immediately.
Well, one time I thought it was dick. That's what they're gonna say.
I really like
Oh.
Chojiyo's Revenge, but I think my personality's changing.
Widowy.
Literally changing right now. Oh my God, you literally like Naruto. You're such like a beginner. You're just such like. Oh my God,
Naruto is so
But-
overrated.
dude, it's that was like all the point I had. It was just like I'm so frustrated with like trying to get these new boys to be like boys and be like, oh hey guys, you want to go do something? And they're like, nah, I don't.
Dude, it's so true. It's like it's hard too, cause like, so like I said earlier, I work maintenance, so like we're hands on, like fixing aircraft, like doing that stuff, like, and we have guys in our shop, like newer, like younger guys who are like, oh yeah, like give me something to do, like I'm ready, like let's go out there, let's fix this, let's paint this, whatever, and they're about it, and I can tell. I'm like, I'll ask him, where are you from? He's like, oh, Texas, and I'm like, there it is. I'm like, I get it. And I'll ask another one, he's like, oh, can I work in the shop today and, do this and this? And he's like, where are you from? And he's like, oh, New Hampshire. And I'm like,
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
are you from New Hampshire?
He's from Maine.
No, Maine right next to it.
It's close enough. But hey, there's exceptions to every rule for the most part.
I would change it to like California, because every time we get a new person from California, I'm
California.
just like, oh Lord.
That was just a state that I was thinking of, like some northern state off the top of my head.
You're good.
Yeah, but like I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, I'm from California. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like you grew up on social media and you don't have any skills really to give the world. Like it's like, but like I think it's a big thing. Like too, like we have like me versus y'all. Like we have an age difference, but I grew up in like the lower middle class. So like we didn't have like money to go, buy like all these things. Like I had a phone at I think like 15. I think is when I got like my first actual phone, and before
Well,
that
that's what
though,
saved
like
you right
me-
there. That's what saved you right
Yeah.
there. Was that you were?
Yeah,
15.
that's what I'm saying. Like I may have had a phone prior to that, but it was text messages, and that was all I could send. And like so, like when my buddies came over, we went out in the woods. We cut down trees with hatchets. For no reason at all, just
Because
for fun.
it's the boys.
It's the boys. We would get Nerf, like, I remember vividly, I think we talked about this before, like, Nerf weapons, and have, like, the Hunger Games fights. And, like, that's what the boys did. And at the end of the night, we come in, play zombies for 10 hours, and, like, that's how we ended the night. And it's
Once it was too dark to be outside is when the game
exactly.
started. But, like,
we're like, we are so physically tired, we need to drain our, like, mental
Yeah.
capacity. Like,
Yeah.
and then we'd pass out. And that,
And
like,
then you'd
I
wake
feel
up at ass crack of dawn and start all over again. And it's like
exactly. And that's like
That's-
I feel like I will say I think like the COVID lockdown had a big impact on a lot of these kids because prior to it they hadn't had like built up like what like we had when we were kids. Like we had a friend group built up, we had like things we like to do with our friend group built up, and then like when COVID hit we were like, oh, okay, well we'll just do everything online, or fuck that, we'll just hang out, we don't care. Like if we get COVID, we get COVID.
Busted.
Like
Lock him up.
he was in Tennessee. It was fine.
don't care. But like whereas like a lot of these kids, they went into COVID and they just like were like, oh well, my life is over, like
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And so now that they're like, okay, well I don't need to be social anymore because everything's online. And yeah, I agree with you. It's so hard to see that.
and it's actually terrifying, like, to be serious for a second, because, like, in 20 years or so, who's going to run, like, the electrical grid, the waste
Yeah.
management, like, all that stuff? Everybody wants, like, an online remote job where they can just sit at home like they do right now and work, and it's like, we need men to go, like, outside and do shit. Like, I need you guys to, like, grow up. It's going to be hot, it's going to be dirty, it's going to be nasty, and you're just going to have to go work out in it. And, like, there's no technology that's ever going to make that, like, permanently not, like, hands on. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm again, I say this a lot, but I'm really scared, and also, like, looking forward to it, because my kids are going to eat their fucking lunch. My kids are going to absolutely,
Yeah.
like, and I know this, it's not everybody, so I know basically what will happen is, like, my son, if he goes into a trade like that, he will make so much money because he'll be taking the job of, like, 3 or 4 people who were supposed to be there, but there's not those slots to fill. So he'll just, like, take their salaries, and people will be paying like crazy for blue collar jobs. So it'll work out, but, it's a little scary too. But I also think it'll lead to, like, how everybody and their mother is trying to move to IT right now. Like, I know so many people who are working totally not IT related fields, and they're trying to shift over, and it's like, okay, well, then people will be like, okay, then I'm going to shift the other way. I'm just going to keep avoiding the crowd. So, like, I mean, even for me, like, if IT got full and I just couldn't find a job, but some, like, maintaining the grid or whatever was paying a shit ton of money, I'll go do that. Like, I got no
Yeah.
problem. So
Dude,
it's got
I
its
mean,
pros and
that's like,
cons.
it's crazy. Like you mentioned that though, like with the IT jobs and stuff like that. Because like even in my career field, we've had like opportunities where like, is anyone good with computers? And we've had like a couple people volunteer, and they're like, okay, cool. Like they've got internships that you can do, like while you're still getting paid, that you go do for like IT stuff. And it's like they're pulling from like the hands on to go to IT, and it's like it's just kind of crazy to me to think like
Yeah.
that's where we're going. But like I mean, we see it every day, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, even when I was in my little 6-month internship, the amount of people that were, hey, I just retired after 23 years in security forces, and now I want to go do marketing or, help desk. Everybody's trying to go over to IT right now.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's scary, especially for somebody in it who was like, I've been in it, and I thought I was just going to be able to get out and, get a job, and then that's not how it works. But again, that opens the door for other positions that people don't want to take. So
Yeah.
you just have to find what's open. But yeah, I all week this week, trying to get people to play sports, trying to get people to go do things, trying to get people to like have a beer or something. Like my work had a like work function on Friday where everybody went to the lake and hung out, and like the amount of people, like adults who are like, and I gotta say this, if you're not drinking because, like, oh, you're worried about your health, or beer has been shown to lower testosterone or something like that, okay, I sympathize with that, whatever. But the people who are like, no, I don't want to drink beer, but I'm gonna have like 7 Fantas, like, just drink like
Yeah.
my body weight in sugar. It's just like, okay, so it's not a health thing. You have rides home, but like you just don't like beer. It's just a weird thing to me, and I don't know. I know a lot of people are moving to like smoking weed, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird phenomenon to me. Maybe I'm just old now. I'm that old fuddy duddy who thinks that, like, beer is good, but
Well, I think like I mean, like I'm not a huge fan of beer, and it's
And I say beer. I'm
yeah,
talking about alcohol in general. Like,
yeah,
like
and
Alex
I
doesn't
think
drink beer
that's
either, but he'll smash a margarita. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get these guys to drink anything. Like,
yeah,
I'll buy, like, I bought cans for the lake. I bought cans of margarita because the guys I work with have like said they like margaritas before, and they're like, oh no, I don't want to drink right now. And again, I'm not asking anybody to get drunk. I'm not asking anybody to drink and drive or anything. Just hanging
yeah.
with the boys and like drink one margarita. That's all it's all I had. That's all I want anybody else to have. And they're like, yeah, no, I don't, and I don't like that. It's like, it's just gay. Fucking
Well,
To summarize,
it's I think too is like a lot of people, and this is gonna sound like it'll sound like I'm an alcoholic, but like it's not that you don't like it, you just haven't had something that you like,
yeah,
and it's like you just gotta find that thing that you enjoy, like to drink, like regular old run of the mill beer. It's not my thing. Now,
yep,
when we go to a brewery and I can get like I could try different kinds, like like when we go, like you and me go to the brewery, it's been a while, but like I've had 3 or 4 beers while we're there, like because I like those ones, like they're sweet or they're a little sour. You just have to find something you like, and it's not about getting drunk every time. Like it's about
Nope.
take the edge off for a sec, like relax. Like
Exactly.
it
Exactly.
literally it's not about getting drunk every time. Like having one drink, it literally it calms your nerves almost. Like the first sip just
Yeah.
kind of calms your nerves a little bit, and you're like, cool. You can relax. You open up a little more. You're more like able to talk about things you might not say. Like it clears that weight off your shoulders, and I think a lot of people
That's
don't understand that.
That's exactly correct, and that's I've told them, like, when we're at work, that's all I want for you. I don't want you drunk, really. I don't want to have to
Yeah.
deal with your
Yeah,
drunk ass if you don't drink. But like, I just want you to relax, man. I just want you to like be able to have a conversation, because that's the thing is like a lot of younger people are like Nash was saying, they don't want to work, they don't want to go outside, they don't want, but they're it's not because they're so relaxed that they just don't want to do anything. They're all like this all the time. And so I
yeah,
just want, like, dude, just to have a drink, relax for a second, and just hang out. I like you're concerned about 7,000 other things, and not
Yeah,
any of
maybe
them
this
are.
drink will help a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. Literally,
and yeah, so it's wild. And I think another, just to hit on one more thing, and then we can move on to the fun stuff. But I do think the like lowering of testosterone for young men is like actually like a part of it, because I think that's like they don't want to hang out and ooga booga with the boys, which I think is like a normal high test like sort of thing to want to do. And
yeah.
I was talking to someone, a girl I work with, and she was even saying, and this is not a racism, I swear to God, it's a compliment. I got to preface it before I say it, but she right now is really attracted to black men, and not that she's primarily is, but she like that's like her thing right now. And we were talking about it, and I got her to admit that it's because like right now black men are really like the high test guys. Like they want to play sports, and they want to like hang out with the boys, and they want to go out. They want to do all these things. Where like white guys, again, we're all white here. I'm not saying all, like it's not any of us here, but white guys typically now are like just like liberal and weak, and like yeah, girl, whatever you want to do, I don't want to like break. And they don't want that. They want ooga booga boys. Women want you to be like a strong masculine figure, and that's white guys are failing at that right now, especially young white guys. So to my boys out there, you got to grow up, you got to get strong, you got like not well physically too, but like internally get strong and like grow up. It's time to
Dude,
grow up.
on like that you said that recently I had a conversation at work, and I told my peers among me, I said I personally feel as though liberal men are only liberal because they are too scared to say what they think in front of women and other men. And I one person rebutted against me, and I was told that person, I was like, see, I was like, you're almost there. I said, the fact that you said something, I said, it says you're almost there. I
Yep.
was like, I said, and I broke a couple things down to him, like a couple views I had, and he was like, oh, well, I think this. And I said, right. I said, but if someone, like if a woman or, a black person asks you this question, like, what would you say? He was like, oh, I probably wouldn't. I go, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're too afraid to share your opinions and what you feel. I said, that's the difference between most conservative men and most liberal men, or boys, I should say.
Well,
But
and that's like exactly, that's so so great. And I was talking about that same thing actually earlier this week, and that the reason that people are liberal is, for the most part, obviously there are dumb people who just like believe that like men can become women just by snapping their fingers, like they genuinely believe it. But for the
yeah,
most part, it's an in-group preference thing. They're too afraid to go against like the grain and stand up and be, like you said, disagree and say, hey, actually I feel this, or "Hey," they're just scared. So they're just trying to be part of the cool kids club. And that's why, for the most part, like frat boys, athletes, all those kind are conservative, because they're like they have the confidence to like put themselves out there and do that kind of stuff. Where
yeah,
like theater kids, the nerdy kids, all that, they tend to lean liberal because they want to be a part of the cool kids club. They want to be like, okay, well, like Hollywood's saying this, and like all the big companies are saying this, and my HR training is saying this, so I'm going to say it because that'll like everybody will agree with me because apparently we'll agree on this. Where if you get guys or girls, but if you get them separate and like from away from the crowd and just say no, like genuinely tell me what you think, they're like, yeah, actually I think that's like really bad, or oh yeah, I think this is a problem or whatever. And it's like, if we could just how do I say this in a nice way, but if we could just tell them to grow up. Like I don't know how else to just like, or and well, I was gonna say, like, you don't get to vote if you don't have the balls to like stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah.
I think we'd be in a much better place, because like if your political views are just what's good right now, you shouldn't get the vote. Like I don't know how we would measure that, but it's wild. Like I think if you are incapable of rationalizing your own opinions separate from what everybody's just telling you, you're like, why? You clearly don't care about this enough to vote, so why are you going to vote?
Yeah.
But that's why, and again, this just another little like that's why they all wear the I voted stickers. Like lefties are huge for wearing like they post it on their Facebook, they post it on their social media, they wear the little stickers and stuff because they want to show you, look, I did the thing, I did it, I voted for the person you told me to. Like, do you like me now? And it's like, I couldn't care less whether you knew I voted, who I voted for. Like obviously when I walk in a room, you probably know who I voted for, but like but with that out of the way, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, rant and rave a little bit. But now the stuff I've been excited all week for. We're going to go on to hot takes. Now, I have hot takes for this week. I'm sure you both have hot takes for this week, but we have some porch beef going on. Boys, how are we feeling about avocado on toast?
Overrated.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
So, notice that when you said it,
every single breakfast cafe in the world offers avocado toast on their menu. So clearly it's good.
Okay, and if you go to a cafe, who's serving you? Who's serving you? Go ahead, tell me.
Whoever's working.
Have you ever seen a Joshua Walker sitting behind the counter? No. It's always some blue-haired, terrible woman sitting behind the counter giving you avocado toast because it's healthy and it's good for you. Never.
What does that have to do with avocado toast?
It's like the Whole Foods of foods.
Exactly. They're terrible. It's overrated. It's now notice I went back and looked at the episode when you were talking and destroying my opinion. You said throw an egg on there. Now you're getting somewhere. Throw some protein on there, all right? Get you an egg, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Avocado, and this is sincere. Avocado has been so overhyped that fat people think that they put it on anything, it makes it healthy. And that is completely wrong, because if you put it on a thick slice of bread, guess what? That's still so many carbs. Just because you put
carbs, baby.
Fat on carbs, all right? It's healthy fat. I'll give you that. It's healthy fat, but that's my big stigma. And also, avocado, I feel like just doesn't have a good flavor to mix with bread. If you're gonna have bread, which is a very bland flavor, you need something to spice it up. Which egg is a very strong flavor. Egg on avocado on toast, I'm okay with.
Wait.
Wait.
Are you saying right now that eggs have a stronger flavor than avocados?
Hold on, no. I'm wondering,
100%.
Does he put the toast, the avocado, and then the egg? That's not how you do things around here, partner.
Wait. Actually, hold on. Now I got Dash's back. Hold on. Yes, you do. Because if you're eating avocado,
no, you put the
how else
egg
do you
and
put
then you
that?
spread it on top of it.
How do you spread stuff on an egg? It's runny. You don't put fucking scrambled eggs.
You guys are eating avocado toast all wrong. You guys are eating it all. You guys are just
You're eating it.
Of it and
That's
slapping
wrong.
it on top of it. No, you gotta freaking push it down with a fork, make it a little mushy, maybe put some like garlic salt and onion salt.
Exactly. You're adding things to it. Exactly.
It's okay. When's the last time you ate a chicken breast that had literally nothing on it?
But it doesn't.
Does
need
that
as
mean
much
it's
avocado
ass?
toast.
Is chicken ass?
It's protein. You can eat it raw. I don't care.
Please do that. Please eat a raw chicken breast next episode.
Hey, look. All I'm saying is, I don't know. I will say I'm ignorant to the fact of whether or not avocado boosts your testosterone or it makes you grow a vagina. Okay, I don't know. So
Okay.
you let
I'm
me
gonna
know
keep
which
eating
one it
it.
does.
I'm gonna keep eating it. You can stay away from it. It's fine.
All right, now the one I totally disagree with Nash on. Brown sugar cinnamon
That's
Pop
fine.
Tarts, top 3, 4, somewhere in there, Pop Tarts. I don't know what you're eating, Nash, but brown sugar Pop Tarts are goated, like, especially because that's what they give in like vending machines and like gas
Yeah, he
stations. You
probably
pick it
likes
up
the
quick.
blueberry ones or something.
I don't like blueberry ones, but I will
Hold on,
say
hold on, hold
they're
on.
better than the brown
Hold on.
sugar.
My wife has commented on every single one of our conversations about this and said blueberry Pop Tarts are number one. So I can't take any blueberry slander here, but we can all agree strawberry are disgusting. I think, like,
No,
strawberry.
I
that's
don't
second
agree.
place.
That's
It's
whoa,
that's
I'm putting
second
whoa,
straw-
whoa,
place.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Brown
whoa,
sugar and
whoa.
then strawberry.
I'm putting
Okay.
strawberry top
This,
3, but it's got to be toasted. It's got to be toasted.
no, dude, chocolate fudge, like chocolate chip or like hot fudge sundae. I don't care after that. Like that, those are the two.
I'm putting hot fudge sundae. I'll go strawberry number 2. I'm with Alex on this one. Number 3, I'm going s'mores.
Oh, yeah, that's
S'mores
3.
is
That's 3.
s'more,
That's 3. I'm good
s'mores
with
is
that.
a solid 3 right there.
Like, I can't really fight in this one because I don't like chocolate like in that with a pastry that much. So
That's
to me,
You
those
don't
are
like
the worst
chocolate in a
flavors.
pastry? Like
Yeah,
what?
I don't like it.
Chocolate
I'm
cake,
not a huge chocolate guy, so I can get with
brownies.
you.
You guys
I'm
are wild.
I'm saying in a breaded pastry.
The
Not
bread
my,
is chocolate too, in a
no,
chocolate
it
fudgy
has,
Pop Tart.
But
no,
that's why I
it
like it
has.
toasted. The icing
Hey.
overpowers the chocolate.
Okay, all right. Well, you guys are wrong, but
Yeah.
that's fine. It's we all are wrong sometimes. All right, hot take. But our hot takes for this week. I'm glad we got that out. I'm glad we got the avocado toast battle. I know it's very important.
I'm gonna serve him some avocado toast the next time I'm up there. Some good stuff. He's just eating straight the worst stale bread for 3 months ago, and he slaps on an unripe avocado with the frickin' seed, and he swallows that, and then he eats the rest of it. That's why he doesn't like it. He needs some real avocado toast.
Hey,
I have the perfect
I'm
way.
open to having him on my change. I'm open to it. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
If you want to make me some good avocado toast, I may change my opinion. Probably not, but I may.
I have the perfect way to
Respectable, though.
fix this. Is you start with
All
the
right.
bread, then you go
Uh-huh.
egg, like Alex said.
Okay.
Then you go bacon and cheese. You get rid of the
Yep.
avocado, and you put another piece of bread on top. That's how you make it.
Yeah. That's how you make it right there. That's a proper avocado toast.
All right. My hot take for this week, though, I want to give a huge shout out to some of these boys because we give a lot of grief to Asian drivers. We give a lot of grief to like just the boys in general. You know, we have to pay typically more for insurance because like they say that we're bad drivers. In my travels today, and in most times, but today specifically, young female drivers are the absolute worst drivers on the planet, and it's not even close. And it's irritating because it's not like putting people in danger, like driving fast or whatever. It's like they're in like in between two lanes, or they're grinding up against the fucking side, like everybody's rims have been ruined by a woman driving their car because they just grind up on like curbs and stuff. Like it's stuff that you don't like. It's not putting anybody really in danger other than you're just like, what is this idiot doing? This lady stopped at a 2-way intersection like it was a 4-way or like a 4-way stop and just sat there, and I'm sitting behind her like, what are we doing? And then she slowly rolled into like a right turn, which means she could have went anyway. Like I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then I did the whole, I looked in her car, like had to find out who it was. And it's some young little bimbo doing whatever she wants because like we just let young women like run the world or whatever. And I was so frustrated, man. I was like, guess what, hussy? You're going on the podcast tonight. I know that's really important. But that's my hot take. And actually, a fun fact for this, I looked this up because I was like, we pay more for, like typically we're charged more. Did you know that nationally, even though we're charging more from the beginning, women pay more for insurance premiums? Would you like to know why that is? Because their premiums get raised because they get in accidents and they grind their rims and they do all that. So now, like, on average, women pay more for insurance. Do you know how bad of a driver you have to be to start from a lower price and then end up paying more for insurance than men on average?
And
Really
that's the
bad.
average, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my hot
Dude,
take.
yeah.
Alex, do you have
That's
a
a
hot
good
take,
one.
man?
I don't, but I'm substituting mine with Ashley's. She wanted me to share this one today.
Okay, let's hear Ashley's.
First off, I agree. I agree with yours a lot. That's
Yeah.
not a hot take. That's just facts. That's just facts. Mine is, and when I tell you I almost changed the locks to the house after this one, I told her, I said, if you repeat that sentence one more time, I will never talk to you again. She says, pink starbursts are the worst one out of all of them.
What?
Don't they have a whole bag
They
dedicated?
do have a
to
whole bag
pink
dedicated
ones?
to pink. Dude, who are you living with? What kind of psychopath?
She said the rating of them is cherry, and then I blacked out after that.
After red first? Holy shit.
And then she
Can
said,
we wait?
I'd
Can
rather
we agree
throw.
yellow's the best?
No, pink is the best.
Pink
Yellow's
is the
second.
best.
Yellow.
Okay, as long as it's your second. All right, I'll take that.
I'd even take orange over the red ones. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, red's. Oh, that's tough.
You're eating cough medicine Starburst. Like, what is the matter with you?
So basically,
Worst.
she's gonna sleep on the couch for the rest of the day.
Well, while she's out there, you can give her some Hall's cough drops and just be like, I know you really like these, so
I'll
here.
just fling them down the hallway.
Just start whipping them down the hallway at her.
Periodically just throw one out like she's like
Yeah.
a prisoner, just like, here.
Here's your starburst.
Golly, what a terrible hot take.
Yeah.
Oh.
We talked about this before. It's going to happen, I'm sure, here soon. But we need to get all three of these women on here because, Cassie with number one blueberry, her with these Starbursts. I'm sure Tori has some terrible takes as well. Like, we need to
You know what we should do? We should just have them.
take it
We
over.
aren't even on it. We aren't even on it for the week. Just let them record for like an hour. We'll give them the topics. They just talk about them, and then edit and send it up. And none of us
And then
view it until it goes on YouTube.
The next week we just review it. Next week we just
Yeah.
review everything they went through.
Line for line, just like, what the hell was she talking about?
What are you saying?
This is why the 19th should be repealed. What are we doing here?
Why'd they
Yeah,
go
we
and
should
do
do that next week.
We could certainly look into it. That would be absolutely awesome. The only dilemma there is that my son needs my wife to eat, and so if he starts crying while they're recording, might have to break it up a little bit. But we could figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nash,
All right.
did you?
I got my hot take.
All right, go ahead, brother.
So I did 3, but I'll do this first one. It's a food one, as always. And I feel like you will both disagree with this.
Okay, good.
Square cut pizza is better than triangle cut pizza.
Get the fuck out of here. I thought you were going to say
No.
it's bad. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
First of all, hold on. It's not even different, so you can't even say it's fucking better, but it's just cut wrong. It's literally the equivalent of like you cutting the middle out of like a pie. All you did was do it wrong.
I say this to say this. I am a contents then crust person, right? Crust, I'm not hating on it. Crust is good. Crust is good.
Yeah, I've seen you
The
throw out a whole
contents-
box of crust. I know.
Because I ate the good part first, all right? So I want the good part, right? Square pizza, you get that. You can get a full slice of just the contents of the pizza, all right?
It's on
If
a
I
loaf
wanted
of bread.
bread-
It's a pizza on a loaf of bread, and you're worried about crust. I would love to do a measurement. I don't know how you could do that, but I guarantee there's more crust on like a Detroit-style pizza than on an actual pizza.
I'm sure there is. And I'm not saying like a Detroit style pizza because I like Detroit style pizza, but I'm talking like a flatbread or not like a flatbread, like a thin crust cut in squares. Way better, because you get all of the contents. It's like eating a sub, right? Like you know how you get like each end that has just a little bit extra bread. Just cut those off, right? I want the contents. I want the meat. I want the cheese. I want all of my toppings that I got on there, okay?
God.
I'm never going to order it, right? If I'm going to a Pizza Hut, I'm not going to get square cut pizza because that's just off the wall weird. Do I think it's better? I do. I do think it's better. But It's off the wall. Weird.
Well, then why don't you stand up for what you believe in and order a square cut
Yeah.
pizza?
Why don't you have
Because
a
I don't like to
t-shirt on that
inconvenience
says, "I
people.
love
Because I'm not an
square"?
asshole. Okay. I don't like to
They
inconvenience people.
sell
'cause
it.
I'm an
What do you
asshole.
mean? Yeah, you're right. You know why they have to pull it out of the freezer and make you an individual pizza? Because nobody orders that shit.
Well, here's the thing, right? Just because it's not ordered often, that's exactly. They're not gonna be ready for me. Okay. I'm not gonna inconvenience them. I'm gonna be a nice guy and be like, you know what? He's working. He's making pizza all day. You know what? I'm not gonna inconvenience him like a lot of people do. They're like, you know what? This is what I want. I don't care how long it takes. Nope, not gonna do that. I want my pizza quick, and I know a quick is at Circle Pizza. And I'm not complaining with Triangle Pizza. Love Triangle Pizza. But if they say, hey, you want a square cut pizza or triangle pizza? I'm going square cut.
High school me would agree with you. High school square pizza at lunch was better, but grown up me
Yeah.
says no.
Well,
high school
if
or
you- 'cause
like
at
school
high
pizza
school
was good.
Yeah, because you'd only get one slice of whatever it is. So you want like the bigger thing. So normally like that loaf of bread with pizza on it was bigger than like the one slice or whatever. But like, God, Lee, what dog water that was.
Hey, it's a hot take for a reason.
Hey, why don't you give me your second bullshit and we keep this thing rolling?
I don't know. This may not be a hot take, but it's something I feel. Fancy cheese is disgusting. Like,
oh my God, dude, you're 2 for 2 on bullshit. Are you talking about like
listen.
good cheese, like just good
like-
fucking cheese?
No, listen. Like stinky cheese is what I'm thinking. Like the one you got to pay like crazy amounts for, and it's like it smells like feet. Like Limburger or Limburg or whatever. I've tried it. Disgusting. I thought it was so gross. Like I'm like, the price point does not match the flavor, and the flavor is gross. I'm not gonna pay whatever amount for something that I think stinks and doesn't taste good.
Like
I'm gonna agree with Nash on this one. But
Yeah.
I've also never had fancy. Like I've never really had fancy cheese.
I've
But
had a
when
little bit
when
fancy.
it stinks, I'm not really interested.
dude, that means it has more flavor. It's like got more of like a rich.
It's got
you
more mold. Yeah. Yeah.
You put
Well,
your.
I
Put
say
that on
that
your
to say
avocado
this.
toast.
I will. I
Fuck
will.
no. I say that to say this. I like whiskeys and I like bourbons and stuff like that. Just because one costs more and smells like, more potent, doesn't mean it's better. Like, there's nothing wrong with a traditional, like, cheddar cheese. Like a sharp cheddar cheese. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And
Okay,
with, like,
so
the stinky cheese,
you're talking about like $500 or not, probably not, but like super expensive, like all they did was like age it longer, whatever. But yeah, I can agree with you that like just because it's more expensive and stinks more doesn't make it taste good. But I'm thinking you're talking about like when they make like steakhouse onion cheddar, like like they actually make it from, and you buy it from the deli. And,
No. I'm talking like, I should have clarified. Stinky cheese, I guess, is a better way to phrase it.
Okay.
Stinky,
You
like,
don't like
real
stinky
stinky
cheese,
cheese. Yeah. But, like, I know a few people who are like, oh, yeah, they're like, stink is just the smell coming off of it, like, it tastes way better. It doesn't. It's disgusting. And, like, that, like, fanciness that comes with it is just overrated. It's gross.
Okay,
I can get
that
behind
we can
that.
yeah I can agree with you there, and I think anything that people are like it costs more so it's better is it's total bullshit. Like it's
Yeah, there's higher end cheeses that are, like, a little more fancy that are good. But, like, yeah, no. That's, I guess, to clarify that a little better. But,
okay.
yeah, stinky cheese is gross.
All right, I'm back on. We're good. What's your third one?
Third one, neither of you will disagree with this. I'll say that, but it is
Yeah.
a hot take nowadays. I don't think you will. Bullying can be okay. Bullying should be for some
Agreed.
people. Should happen for some people.
For sure.
Like nowadays, it's like completely against bullying, and I think it's like what we talked about earlier. Like you have these people that come in, they're like, oh, I don't want to do that, and all this stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, you should have been bullied at least a little bit. Like someone, when I was in elementary school, like Star Middle School, like I was bullied, and I think that really like it honestly, like as bad as to say, like it really shaped me the person I am. Like because I realized I was like, I hate that. I hate being called, loser or pudgy or whatever it is. Like, I hate that. So I'm gonna change that. So I got football, and I was like, okay, I'm lifting weights, being strong. I'm in the popular crowd. Like, like, what are you gonna say against me? Like, you have nothing, no ammo or whatever, And it's like, I feel like some people need that. Like, someone needs to tell you, like, hey, you're a loser. Like, you need to fix yourself. And like, there's ways to go about it. But
I have two great stories for this that like to prove your point. So earlier this week when we were playing basketball, I played 1-on-1 with this guy, and he tried to call. I don't even know what the penalty is, Alex. You probably could tell me, but like I was in the paint too long or something. Like there's like a 3-second violation.
3 seconds.
Like we're playing 1-on-1. Like you clearly have never played with people who would beat you up for trying to pull some shit like that, and you should have been beat up. Like if the people I played street ball with when I was growing up, if I'd been like, oh, sorry, you were in the paint for 3 seconds, they would have just been like, you want to fight? Like, what the fuck what are you doing? And then my second story about me is in 7th grade, I played football, and I would like never shower after practice because I just didn't fucking feel like it. So I would go to school and I was stinky. And so one day this girl came, I was walking with this girl and I was friends with her, and I was walking with her, and she looked at me, she went, Josh, you stink, dude. And so then I started showering all the time because I didn't realize that I stunk, and then like I fixed it. And so like stuff like that, when people wearing like animal tails and shit, and like fake riding horses down the hallway stuff, dude, just bully them. Like there's no reason we need to be taking that behavior into like adulthood. Like so, yeah, I'm totally on board with you. I might still be stinky if somebody didn't bully me. So like, super glad.
And I think that's the big thing like nowadays is like no one was ever told like, hey, like you stink, or hey, wearing a tail at school is weird. Okay, like when you go to a job like your career, you cannot wear a tail.
I was just thinking, what needs to happen? The parents got to start bullying the adults of who raised those kind of kids. Yeah. Like, let's bring back adult bullying. I want to tell the kid, hey, you raised a horse, not a daughter. I want to start bullying other adults.
Dude, that's actually a great point too, because like if you go on Instagram or whatever, and you see like moms doing terrible jobs, especially because girls then jump in the comments and they're like, oh, you're just trying your best, but no, you're not. You're a bad mom. Like I saw a video of this woman watching TV, and she had her phone up. It was recorded from a nanny cam. She had her phone on, like it was lit up, and she's like mesmerized by the TV, and she's just like mouth open. She's overweight, like just slop. And her son runs over and throws something at her head, and she just sort of, and then keeps watching.
I saw that video. Yeah.
And I was like,
that to me?
All the comments were like, oh, she's exhausted. Look at her. She looks so exhausted. But no, she's just a bad mom. What is she tired from? She's not doing anything. Like, and again, the people would jump in and be like, well, what is she supposed to do? Just be a parent 24/7? Like, she needs some her time? No, that's exactly what she needs to be doing. Yeah. She's a parent 24/7. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Tori shows me this account. They're on TikTok, and it's this chick, and she's divorced and married to a chick now, and like it's like, okay, come with me to make yeah, I know, right? Come with me to make dinner for my 2-year-old or 3-year-old or whatever. And like she sets down the plate, and then she'll like make the dinner, or she'll like make breakfast, and like her breakfast one day was like 5 powdered donuts, that's to start, and then she put on like bacon, like with all the grease in it, and like just like this unhealthy meal. And then like the whole thing was like, all the comments were like, in the time it took you to make this video, you could have made her something decently healthy. Like you don't have to feed your kids healthy every day. Obviously, that's a lot to do, but like try. Like there is ways to like. There's like, it's okay to have like a little bit unhealthy meal here and there, but like every meal she makes for her kids is like that.
Well, and it's like that's exactly what we're talking about with bringing back the bullying. Is like, you put this out there thinking that people were going to be like, oh yeah, look at mama doing no, everybody should tell her she should be and now, like you're saying, sometimes you make you make an unhealthy meal or you go get an unhealthy meal. That is what it is. Don't put it on the internet for everybody to see. Like,
Yeah.
like again, like we all like, you know, it would be the equivalent of a gym influencer making a video and being like, you know what, guys, today I'm skipping the gym because I just don't really feel like it, and I don't really. Why are you That's okay. Do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But why are you putting it out there for everybody to see? Like, again, we're all human. We all have human like weaker moments, but like just don't put it out for everyone. Like have a little bit of shame and keep it to yourself.
And the big thing there is you said sometimes. Exactly, right? That's
Yeah.
like we're human. It's okay like sometimes to like have a cheat meal or like your kids don't eat the best sometimes. Like that's fine. Like it's okay. We're human. They're not going to die. They're not going to suffer health-wise. Like it's understandable.
If it's every once in a
like,
while.
Yeah, if it's every once in a while. But I mean, this chick, she does it like every day. Like this kid's eating powdered donuts like every morning, and I'm like,
Well, and
it's just,
I'll say it because I know you're a nice guy. She's a big old woman. I've seen the video. Like she's a big old lady.
oh,
And
you know,
she's
what
one
I'm
of
talking
those ladies. Yeah, and she's
Yeah.
one of those ladies where you see where the kids, and you're like, that kid is doomed. That kid is
Yeah.
doomed to like
Yeah.
obesity and health problems because the kids can't do anything for themselves, and so this lady who can't take care of herself is now going to be taking care of a kid. Like they're screwed.
Yeah, and it's like it's so like almost like it's heartbreaking to see it,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's like what can what can we do like besides like try and bully this mom to be better?
Bully her.
But like you can,
That's what we
yeah,
can do.
literally. But like I mean, you look at her and you're like, well, she's already given up, so it's like there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we're venting, that's a great segue to move on to attitude. And my attitude this week, I'll go ahead and start it off because it happened to me today. So I'm sure all you guys have been to like any restaurant, so you know that when you order alcohol, typically they don't have the price on the menu, which is already frustrating. That was already going to be my attitude. Like can you just tell me how much it's going to be? Like I know you're going to overcharge me. I take that when I order. Can you just tell me? Then I ordered this pina colada today, and I would bet money that there was no rum in this pina colada. Like it's white boy summer. I'm trying to have a good time, and there is nothing in this pina colada. And so that's it's like, and then it was $11. This pina colada was $11 for no alcohol to be in it. And I was like, okay, guys, like I understand times are hard. I understand some cuts have been made. Like food size is not as big. Can I either get more alcohol or can I get less price on it? But like, this is insane. Like, what are we doing? Like I for $11, I could go buy everything I wanted of that mix and make it myself like 40 times over. Like and that's the thing is like, it used to be like, you know, you go out to eat and so you're paying a little bit more, but you're getting what you're paying for. So like somebody is cooking you like a nice, like now you're not getting anything that you pay for. Like I might as well just stay home. And for a restaurant, that's not a good thing. It's like I might as well have just done this at home.
Yeah. I mean, me and Tori went out and ate yesterday. We went to a Mexican restaurant, and we both got a full meal. We got an appetizer. I got a big old margarita, and it was strong, and it was $45 for me and her to eat all that. And I was like, that's how it should be. Like,
Yep.
the fact that it's like my margarita, I think my margarita was the most expensive thing that we got. And it was $12, but I'm talking, it was it wasn't like a little, yeah, it was a fishbowl. It was a huge, like, it took me a while to get it down, and it's like, and it was strong, and like, it was what I expected. But I feel like most restaurants are just like, they're skimping on everything now, and I feel like that's with everything across the board pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even I got Subway the other day on the way driving back from Colorado, and it was like $40-something for 2 sandwiches.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's like, you know, I'm not going to actually do it because we did a real one earlier, but like a moment of silence for the $5 footlong. Like you should be able. It's Subway. You're not getting real bread. Basically, you're not getting quality stuff. Like just give me a $5 footlong. But now I'm paying.
Their new thing is 6 for 6 inches for $6.
Dude, what an absolute travesty! $5 footlong.
I can give you friggin' 3 for 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 6 is pushing it, but we can talk about some.
Dude, the $5 footlong though, I can't 6 for 6.
R.I.P.
$1 more for half what you get. That's crazy.
Times we live in, man. Vote in
Yep.
November, you know what I'm saying?
Please do.
All right, Alex, give me that attitude, baby boy.
All right. Mine is when you go to like you just gotta go pee. You're out and about. You gotta go pee in a public restroom, and it doesn't have paper towels after you wash your hands. I don't know what it is about just having to hit the thing and be like, zzz, and you're just sitting there like this. But I just can't stand it. I just give me the couple towels and let me go.
Well, and like you're never gonna get dry from one of those. Like you always end up having to just wipe your hands off on your pants anyway. Which then you're just as dirty as before you washed your hands because your shorts have been sitting on stuff or whatever. And then it's like it's just I'm not gonna say the word again, but it's effeminate. It's an effeminate thing, and I hate it.
Yeah.
That's a good one, dude. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
solid.
Nash.
My attitude. Oh, this is a good one. So people that have to give you the full story for everything. Okay. As I have moved, so this is more so like with my job and stuff. As I've moved from being like a worker bee to more so like administrative, like coordinating stuff. When I say, hey, how did this go? Like, what did you do on this? I did A, B, C. That's what I want. When I get, oh, well, I went out there and then there was no one out there and then I had to go back and get this and I had to go back and get that and then it took 10 minutes for me to get out of the car. I don't want that. I have time. You have time. We all have time. Quit killing mine. Give me the facts of the story and then shut up. If we're sitting around a fire drinking, having a good time, tell me the full story. I'll sit there and listen to you all night. When we're at work or if we're out in public or whatever, give me ABC. I want ABC. I don't want a full story. I don't want to know how your grandma's fish got involved and like how it reminded you of a summer in 2008. Like I don't want to know that. I want to know ABC. And it is like this past week especially has been bad for that. And I was just like, oh, that has been irking at me all week.
So I have a great story for this, and everybody knows I love my wife. She's going to be watching this. She knows I love her to death. But the other day I had got out of work late, and then I went to the gym. So then I was like, it's cutting down more and more time with my kids. But I had to run to the grocery store real fast to grab like a couple things. And so I called her asking her what we needed. And so I was like, okay, do we need milk? And she was like, okay, let me run down and check. And so then she goes down to check, and then she grabs it. And she goes, it is half full. And I was like, can you just tell me yes? Can you just tell me yes, we need milk? That's all. Yes. Do we need milk? Yes. Do we need this thing? Yes. And she's like, well, there's this much left in this. And, well, I wasn't planning on using any butter this week, so we might have. Just yes or no. I don't care about the money. I don't care about buying things. Just tell me yes or no. If you think we do, just, oh, man. I was like, and she funnily, obviously with good intention, she got it early. I was like, can you not do that? Like, I don't need the yapping afterwards. I just need a yes or no.
I need you to tell me what I'm asking. I need you. That's what I need.
Give me the yes or no, and then we can talk about, like you said, after when I get home, you can tell me all about how you weren't planning on baking this week, so we don't need any flour. But right now, I just need a yes or no.
Literally, Thursday of this week, I had an airman come up to me, and I said, "Hey, are you done with this?" And he started, "Well," and I said, "Nope." I said, "Nope." I said, yes or no? Yes or no? And he was like, well, I said, nope. And I did it again. And he goes, yes. And I go, walk away. I was like, that's all I needed.
Good talk. And I
literally said, that's all I needed. That's all I needed from you. Like, I don't need a full story.
That's a good one, too. Yeah. Alex, what's up with your Celtics right now, dude?
I don't know. What's the score at? I was
35,
trying to
33.
silently type it without looking, but I was like messing up my shit.
Dallas is up by 2 right now.
Okay. That's fine. Hey, we take two.
All right, but now with that segue out of the way, yeah, Nash, that's a good one. But on a gratitude, and my gratitudes this week was going to be a little silly, but I just have to give a huge shout out, gratitude to my daughter. Like having kids is incredible, and so again, last weekend I bought her a basketball, and we had the greatest time going out there and shooting and dribbling, and she can't shoot. She's 3 years old. She can't make it anywhere close to the rim, but she'll go out
She
there over and
sucks.
over again. She's terrible, dude. I thought she was gonna be like Caitlin Clark. She can't even shoot, idiot. Like, but she'll go out there and like throw it as hard as she can, and then she'll try to dribble, and then she'll like tell me to shoot, and then get really excited when I make it. And then, like I said, for her birthday, I got her the hockey stuff, and immediately it was like all weekend long. Can we go? Can we go outside and play hockey? Can we go outside and play hockey? Can we go outside and play hockey? And it was like, this is amazing. This is like,
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody ever can complain about being a parent, or like how any dad ever could ever like leave their kids, or whatever the case. Like, it is so amazing. Like how much they just want to spend time with you. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't. I mean, Jade goes with me every time to go get the mail. She goes with me every time if I'm running to go pick up food. She just wants to be around me and like spend time with me. And like she called, I called the house for something earlier this week, and she got on the phone and she started crying because she missed me so much, and I had been gone for like 35 minutes at work, and she was crying, and I was like, the love that I get from her is like next level, and I don't know how anybody wouldn't want that, leaves it, doesn't appreciate it, all those kind of things. So like my gratitude this week is just having babies, and especially my daughter. She's old enough now. Like it's amazing. It's incredible.
That's all. Like while you were talking, I was thinking about it, and I was like, a lot of what you're describing is very similar to like having a dog, but but I know. Listen, hear me out where I'm going, okay?
Okay.
But like when y'all come over and Jade's here, like, and I'll be like, "Hey Jade, like, how was your week?" And she's like, "Oh, it was good," or whatever. And she'll be like, "Let's pray," and I'm like, and she wants to be around, Uncle Nash or Aunt Tori, and like she wants to be around us, like she can vocalize that, and
Yeah.
my dog follows me because he thinks I'm gonna give him food, but like Jay just follows you because she loves you and she wants to be
Yeah.
around you, and like the difference from like having Jade around the house and like having like my dog around the house is just like worlds different, and it just makes me like every time y'all leave, me and Tori talk about it, like, oh gosh, I can't wait to have kids. Like, we can't wait to have kids. Like, we're so excited, and like, 'cause it's so different. Like, I'm not around it 24/7, but the times that
Yeah.
I'm around it, like, I see like the difference. Like, that person that's at home, that's like the only thing that matters in their world is you. Like,
Yep.
you are their whole world, but one can vocalize that and actually reciprocate whenever you go, "Hey, I love you," and they go, "Oh, I love you too." Whereas my dog, I
Yeah.
say, "I love you," and he shits in my house. You know what I mean? Like, it's completely different, but it has that aspect. So I told a couple guys at work, I was like, if you want to get a dog, like, just know that like that's a good precursor. It's like a small prep
Yeah.
for what's coming.
Yeah. It's
That's why I said,
and
hear
it's-
me out. I'm going somewhere with this.
And then just one last story, and we'll get to Alex's gratitude. But even today at the beach, we were in the water. She's like having such a great time. Just like all we're doing is getting hit by the waves. We're not doing anything spectacular, but she's having the greatest time. And it's a conversation we've had to have, and I sort of hate having it because it's so sweet. But she'll come over and hug me and come over, and she goes, "Dad, you're my best friend," and I have to be like, "Well, baby, I'm your dad," which is even more special. Like, I'll be your dad forever, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like just little things like that. I'm just like, oh my God, I could just like,
It's so cute.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
and
just want to like curl up. You're like,
Yeah.
like as hard as I possibly can, and just like,
yeah.
and it's actually one last thing, but talking about Jade, I could talk forever. But the other day we were looking at baby pictures, and I literally started crying and went into her. She was sleeping. I went to her room and like woke her up to hug her and stuff, because something everybody says they grow up fast. Everybody says, take all those, but like when you get a moment of like realizing that like you said, she can vocalize, she's talking, she's playing hockey, whatever, but she used to be this little, like what Joshua is now, like grunting and making little noises, and it's gone now forever. Like it's tough. It's really difficult. So it's one of those things that like we were going anyway, but it was one of the reasons we went on an adventure today because I was like, God, I have to do everything I could possibly ever do with this little girl before it's over. So like we have to go do things. So like it doesn't matter that Dad's tired or wants to sit around. It's Sunday and I have to go to work tomorrow. Like no, we're going to go do something because like eventually she'll be a grown woman telling me she doesn't have time to come visit me or whatever, and I can't have that. So we're gonna do it right now. But being grateful, not sad. So Alex, what's your gratitude?
Beautiful. I loved every bit of that. Mine, not. Why do you have to make me follow that? Mine is so simple compared to that. That's
it's
beautiful.
fine. It's good.
Mine is, when you find money that you just completely forgot about. You're going through the wash, or you find a nice little $20 bill. You're like,
It's a good one.
ooh, the Starbies I'm going to buy with this.
That dog bean water, baby.
I was going to say, served by that blue hair liberal, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Give me my avocado toast, dude.
I was going to say, you want some avocado toast on the side?
But yeah, that's mine. When you find money that you forget about,
that's a
makes
solid
the day.
one. Yeah, for sure. Because basically, you know, obviously it was already pulled out, but you just made $20. Like,
Yeah, it's literally
$20
free money.
gone.
It's girl math.
Yeah.
It's free.
Girl mouth. Oh, God, I hated that. Oh, that was terrible.
All right, Nash, what's your gratitude?
You better clip that one. I better see that on a reel. So my social media, I know we talk bad on it a whole lot, but it also has very good aspects. And I know you said this with like the internet too. I just said social media. So the social media, it can be so absolutely terrible and sinful. Like it can be absolutely horrible. But there is that like light in the dark where you see like I'm sure you all have seen him. Cliff. He goes to college campuses and he talks about
preacher.
Yeah, he's a street preacher, and he goes to college campuses and he talks to like these college people about like the Bible and stuff like that. Like there is a light in the dark with everything. I feel like, and with social media, like no one would know who he is really if he wasn't posted on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and all that stuff. Like I'm so thankful that like I can scroll my feed and get upset by 3 things and then see one thing that makes my whole day. Like, it's very upsetting to see all those things, but at the same time, like, I'm very thankful that there is those people out there who are using it for good and doing good things with it, promoting good products, promoting good messages and stuff like that. So I'm very thankful that there is good people out there and they have a platform to broadcast what they are, producing.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. Like, it's so nice when you're scrolling through, especially like us or ours, like because I like so much of this stuff. But like, it's just trash and all this kind of stuff, and then it'll be like a super good explanation for something in the Bible, or I mean, I've been liking so many lately of like just positive pages. Like all they do is post positive stuff, and like you just get a like white pill of somebody at a baseball game catching a ball and giving it to a little boy, and it like makes their day, like that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, so you see bad stuff on social media and you go out in the world and sometimes people aren't so nice, but just being able to see like something so good is like, okay, we're still good, we're so back, we're back, boys. Like it's good.
It's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
That little light.
Well, that was great. That was a really good attitude, gratitude tier list. Now we're going to move on. Kind of excited for this one. The tier list this week is the top 3 coldest, nicest, cleanest sports uniforms. And this was inspired because the Minnesota Vikings just released some like ice whites. I don't know. I think they're called ice whites, but they are so clean. They are white with like
good.
silver accents and then like the purple. Oh my god!
I almost put those on my list because those are nice.
I was like, I'm just gonna throw them as an honorable mention, and then I'll do 3 other ones. But my goodness, they
I almost put those on there.
But my tier 3 for nicest uniforms of all time is the '90s Toronto Raptors, the purple throwback unis.
I almost put that one on there too.
And the Raptors, oh man,
I love that one.
So clean.
I love that one.
And it was one of those like Vince Carter wearing them, like it was just absolutely a goated time. And I mean, '90s basketball was like pretty goated for uniforms in general, so it was a difficult choice. But had to go with the Toronto Raptors.
That was good.
I like that.
I almost put that one on there. I was very close.
All right, Alex, what's your tier 3?
Yeah, when I first started thinking about this tier list, I think that was one of the first ones that came to my mind. But then I was like, dang, I don't want to do all basketball ones. So I switched it up a little bit. My tier 3, Baylor, I can't remember when they wore it, but they wore a black and gold, where they were like all black, but the helmet was like shiny
I
gold
know you're
and
talking
all that
about.
stuff.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it was clean. Yeah.
That's good, dude. Yeah.
Nash?
Anytime you do a super dark to a
A
bright
light?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So clean.
As you can imagine, I stuck to college football because I feel like I feel
figured as
like
much.
yeah, college football has the most like they have the most variety and
Yeah.
the most like combinations. So a little biased, but my number 3, I put the Tennessee Titans Oilers like throwback jerseys because I
Mhm.
love the baby blue, like the baby
Yep.
blue with the red on it. I love it. I love the way it looks, especially when it's like after a game and it's all like ruffled up and everything. Like it looks so cool. Like I that was my number 3. I love those uniforms.
So clean, dude.
Yeah.
That's one of those uniforms that you play with the Titans and Madden specifically, so you can wear those
Yep.
uniforms. Like they're
Exactly.
too clean. They are great.
Yeah.
All right, my tier 2, and it's a little broad, and I'm sort of cheating, but anytime any of the military schools, so Air Force, Army, Navy, really just those 3. The other programs do it too, but not as big. But they do like a specific special uniform for like one game. So like the Air Force will do like AC-130 uniforms, or the Navy will do like carrier. Oh, dude, they are so clean, and it's one of those things where you're like, why doesn't everybody have like this designer on their staff?
Yeah.
Like, why do all the uniforms not look like this? But they are so clean. It's every year, like the Air Force will release a special uniform, and it's always good. It's like they never have one where you're like, oh, that's kind of like, oh, just so clean.
That sounds
The
awesome.
Air Force A10 uniform almost made my list. That one is sick because it's got like the A10 like chomp like on the helmet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
yeah. That was close. That one was a good one.
This year they did like, they were like, it's dark gray, but it's like basically black, but dark gray with like just blue numbers. Like it's just super clean and
Yeah.
like, dude, they were so nice. I almost like, cause I design our jerseys for our team at work, but I almost did them just like that. Cause I was like, they're so clean. But
That's sick.
actually, while Alex is giving his number 2, I'll pull up the ones I designed and you guys can give me your judgment on them. But Alex, give me your number 2.
Okay.
My number 2, so what you were saying with the baby blue made me kind of think of this too, but it's more of like a turquoise, but the old school Memphis Grizzlies uniform
Ooh,
with like the
that's a good one.
turquoise with black
Yep.
and white accents, and I like those jerseys a lot, that colorway a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like those. Any really throwback jersey, honestly,
Yeah, they're all
they
good.
look
Golden
so good.
State, all of them.
Yeah.
Well, and I was going to save this for the end, but it's wild that we went from those, and it's the same in NBA, NFL, like all the classic jerseys are so nice. And then like the Rams jerseys currently are so ugly. Their uniforms are disgusting. And it's like,
Yeah.
where's the guy from, I mean, maybe he's passed away or something, but where's the old guy? Because can we bring that guy back? Even the
Yeah.
Rams old uniforms that were dark blue and gold were clean, and now they're
Yeah.
so ugly.
Yeah.
All right, Nash, hold on before you go. What y'all? All right, Nash.
Yeah. So my number
Tier
2,
2.
it was almost my number 1, but my number 1 game respects game, so I couldn't put it number 1. Tennessee's smoky gray checkerboard jerseys.
Ooh.
Smoky gray is hard to beat. Dude. When Tennessee comes out rocking those smoky grays, they look so clean. Something about smoky gray and orange just mesh so well, and like it's got a history to it. Like you know where the jersey's from. Like everything about it was just awesome. And like you look at that field and you're like, oh, that's Tennessee right there. Like you didn't like, and oh God, I love those uniforms. Like
Well,
I told
and
Tori, I'm ordering a jersey this year. And I said I'm getting in smoky gray because that's the coolest jersey we have, for sure.
And it's something funny. Like when I was younger, I didn't really care for these ones, but the ones like Tennessee's, like even their oranges and orange and white, Alabama's uniforms, Notre Dame's, all the classic, like they're just clean. Like they have the color up top, white pants. Like it's just so clean. I
Yeah.
love it, dude. So Tennessee's orange on top, white on bottom, just so clean. But they're smoky grays. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are certainly nice.
They look so good.
All right, my tier one, and I know you were talking about bias, but I'm being biased. I don't really care that much. Seattle's original throwback, like 80s, 90s uniform with like the lighter blue and the neon green and the silver. Dude, I don't, again, I may be a little biased, but I don't think there's any cleaner uniform. Like it's, and now that they've brought them back to where like for one game or so a season, like they just look so good. And they wear those other uniforms, and I love their current uniforms, but they put on those other ones, and like DK Metcalf just looks like a whole nother monster in the throwback unis than he does in the original. So my tier one, Seattle's throwbacks, just perfection.
They're so good.
That's funny you say that because I was going to tell you if you haven't looked at it, because I was just like looking up different uniforms and stuff, and I saw the Lunar Eclipse NFL jerseys. Not sure if you've seen them, but they're like primarily white and then the team's colorway. But I really like the Seattle's helmet. Lunar Eclipse one was pretty nice. That was my honorable mention, was any Lunar Eclipse one. I like those ones a lot. My number one, though, just being biased based on favorite colors, though, is the Vikings. Their matte purple that they have. It's something about the helmets, the matte, and it's got like the shiny horns right there. Love it.
That's good.
It's clean.
Is purple your favorite color?
Yeah.
Oh. Fun facts, the more you know.
Write that down.
That's
All right,
good.
Nash.
Yeah, I like that one.
End us off on your number one.
All right, my number one is not a specific uniform, but a coalition of uniforms. My number one is the Oregon University uniforms. I believe that they are the undisputed GOAT in uniform combinations and style.
For sure.
I'm going to agree because they are also sponsored by Jordan and they get the best shoes. They get a custom pair of shoes every year.
Yeah, and I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I know it's over 100. Like with their combinations of uniforms, they have like over 100 combinations they can rock with like pants, helmet, cleats, a jersey. But like Oregon just always comes out looking clean, looking fresh. That's why I said like game recognizes game, because it's hard to beat them. I mean, literally, I don't think they've put out a uniform where I was like, that's ugly. Like, they've got swag,
I
to say the least.
totally agree with you. And so I'm going to throw an honorable mention in there, but I know this is so low, but these Oregon Ohana style they did a couple years ago, I mean, it's one of those uniforms you see and you're like, okay, that should be their uniform all the time. Like, it was so clean. I wanted to buy 7 of their, like, it's just so nice. So, yeah, I totally agree. Oregon's undisputed go of uniform, like, combinations, and, yeah, it's goated. All right. That was fantastic. I didn't have any debates on anybody, so that's always a good tier list. All right, Alex, you got any last words of wisdom before we get on out of here?
Only thing I have is go Celtics. Up one.
There we go.
Up one, brother.
Up one, brother.
I've never even seen the guy. I just see you guys.
Up one, brother.
You're missing out. What's up, brother? They're playing Tuesday.
All right, Nash. Other than be better, you got any words of wisdom?
Enjoy your week.
Heck yeah.
Realize that that's 1 week of your life that you'll never get back. So live it to the fullest.
Heck yeah. Well, we're going to end on that because that was basically what I was going to say. That's fantastic. So, all right. This has been your boy Joshua Walker with Alex and Nash-ville. Another great episode in the books. Maybe we'll be back next week, or maybe all the women will be on here. We'll have to see what we can do with that. Or we can get all 6 of us on here. I think that would be a hoot of a time. But like I said, I've been your boy Joshua Walker. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please do all those things. And we will see you maybe next week. Peace.